how you can start the Velocity database on your computer using our public Docker distribution. As you can see, I'm on the velocity.com website right now. I'm simply going to scroll down to the section where we give instructions for install with Docker. And we have this command here, which is what I'm going to copy. And I have a terminal window open. So I will simply paste this command as is on my terminal and hit the enter key. And as you can see, it's starting the database, and it will show you that yes, we have success. The Velocity DB has started in 2 seconds. Now, of course, I have run this Docker container on my computer before. That's the reason it happens so fast. When you do it for the first time, it's going to download our image from the public Docker repository. Now, based on your internet connection speed, that can take time. But once you're done with the first time download, every time subsequently that you run it, it's going to work fine. I, of course, have Docker already running on my machine for Docker command to work. So I have Docker installed, and I have started the Docker daemon before I have run this command. Now that we have the database running, let's see what we can do with it. So I'm going to just pull open this second terminal. I can say telnet, and I'm going to enter into the database. This is our public telnet port. So we can see it's giving me the login screen. I'm going to use the default credentials, root and root, which is what we ship with. And now I'm going to create my first data store. So I'm going to say create ds test. Then I'm going to say create collection test.test. And then let's say we create this collection in memory. So that's how simple it is. I have actually created my collection in a matter of seconds by using the Docker installation of Velocity DB. Now, let's say we have to stop this container. How are we going to stop it? So I have to do docker ps, and it's going to give me the container ID of the running container. And then I'm going to do docker stop this container ID. Let's wait for it to actually execute the stop command and stop the container. We will notice it when the terminal gets released. So, okay, so we have it. The terminal is now released and the Docker container is stopped. We can recheck docker ps. Okay, no container is running. Now what we're going to do is, let's say we want to start this container in daemon mode, right? Which means I do not want to see all these logs, and I do not want my terminal to be blocked. The only thing I will do is I just have to add a -d flag to the command. As soon as I do this, let's wait. You can see it gave an ID of the running container, and it started the container. This time there are no console logs, right? Now, if I do docker ps, yes, we have the container running. And can I do telnet localhost 10113? Yes, we are inside this, right? Now, there's one important thing that you cannot forget. All the data that you're going to save into this running instance of Velocity is going to be within the container, which means if you ever restart the container or you lose the image of the container, all your data is going to be lost, and you don't want that to happen, right? You don't want your database data to be lost. So for you to move your data, we recommend that you push your data outside of the database, and within the database, within the container, we basically store the data at a location called /data. So the way to do this is we're going to run the same command again, and this time we will add a -v flag. So what this v flag does, it says that I want to map an external volume to this container. So the volume I want to map is /db. That's the location on my computer or on my server or on the host where I want the data to be actually saved, right? And the path within the container is going to be always fixed. So in this command, the /db will have to be replaced with the path on your server or your computer. The /data is something that is going to remain fixed because within the container, the Velocity database stores the data at /data. So as soon as I run this, whatever now I do with the database is going to be saved at the location /db. You have to be a bit careful with this command because Docker needs to be correctly configured for mapping external volumes, and this feature unfortunately in Docker is not yet supported with all versions of operating systems. And if you're running an operating system that Docker does not support this -v flag, then we recommend that you do not start the database using Docker, but you can start the database using our binary distribution that's available on the website. So this is how you can use the BlobCity database using simple Docker containers. Thank you very much.